Welcome to another edition of Don't Shoot the Messenger Quick Hits. I'm your boy, Professional Sutton.
And I'm your boy, Chris G.
It's your boy, The Ruck Report.
Today we're going to kind of pass the floor to my man, Chris G, because he's a boxing MMA connoisseur. And if you know somebody that think they better than him, slap them. Slap them.
Matter of fact, I'm going to slap them for you.
Exactly. So, Chris, man, we got some things that's been happening in the MMA world, and I know we be on the NFL and stuff like that, but I kind of want you to kind of update us and the world on what's going on in the world of MMA and boxing.
Well, in the world of MMA, the great UFC 200 has came and went, and it was a disaster.
Wow.
It was horrible. Wow. It was god awful.
Wow.
It was such a disappointment. You didn't know, you thought that the total card had star power, and you realized how much it didn't have when John Jones wasn't on it. Brock Lesnar really by default became the biggest star of UFC 200. And then yesterday he got knocked for possible anti-doping violation by USADA.
Duh.
So, listen, they're waiting for sample B, but listen, 100% of the time when sample A is bad, sample B is bad. I don't know why they wait for sample. We already know what sample B is going to be. Bad. It's going to be bad. It's going to be the same thing as sample A. It's never like, well, sample A, that the sample that we tested 100 times was bad, but B was all right. B was okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't happen like that. So Brock Lesnar is facing that, and then just the whole card in itself, like, it was just built to be this stat card. And it's just, I mean, I'm not going to go through, I'll go through some of the fights. Listen, Cormier versus Anderson Silva was a dud. It was a dud, but it's what I expected it to be. Talking to people were excited that Anderson Silva was in it, but I said, listen, Anderson Silva isn't the Anderson Silva of 4 or 5 years ago. Well, all of that being said, Cormier definitely just was a bum in that fight. And if he would have fought, John Jones would have got destroyed. Anytime they stood up, Anderson Silva had the advantage on him. So he would just, use his superior wrestling skills and just lay on top of him. And then the ref would have to, make him stand up because he wasn't doing anything. But that gets you points, and it got him a victory. And that was that. And, Aldo versus Frankie Edgar was just, it was the same as the first fight when they fought. Aldo is superior to Frankie Edgar, and he just picked them apart for 5 rounds, and he became the interim featherweight champion while Conor goes to fight Diaz in a couple months. The best thing of the night for me was Amanda Nunes, who was the first openly gay female UFC fighter.
Oh, okay.
She just absolutely demolished Miesha Tate in the first round. And the reason I was so happy with it was a rout.
Say it ain't so, Miesha.
And the reason why I was so happy for Amanda to do that, because, Miesha fought Holly. And anybody who watches this show knows I'm a Holly Holm fan. Anybody who beats Ronda Rousey, you immediately become my favorite person in the world. So, her and Holly had a fight that Holly won. It was a 5-round, 5-minute around fight. Holly Holmes run about 14 minutes of that fight. You know what I mean? She run about 14 minutes. And the rest of the time was, matter of fact, she won 20 minutes of that fight. Holly Holmes won 20 minutes of that fight.
Miesha had a good 15.
Miesha basically lost every round except for the second round and 30 seconds left in the 5th round, where she happened to get behind her and choke her out. So she chokes her out and doesn't want to give her a rematch because Miesha wants the easiest road to Ronda Rousey.
Of course.
And she took Amanda, and Amanda said, "This ain't easy. I'm not easy." And,
Say sweet.
And Amanda literally just from the opening gate, Amanda rushed out, caught her with a 2, then caught her with a 3, then gave her 4, 5 more biscuits. Okay.
Did you just do a cat noise, boy?
Gave her 4 or 5 more biscuits.
Cat fight, girl fight.
Misha went to the ground. She got on top of her, choked her out. And that was it. So, Amanda was the highlight. And mind you, now that was the main event. So UFC 200 was a disappointment, not because of Amanda Nunes though. She definitely was the highlight of the night. But you know, it was uneventful. It was you know, it wasn't nothing to, you know, brag about. It was nothing in that fight, nothing in that card to brag about. So, you know, UFC 200 went down, and you know, now we're just on to the next thing. And obviously, if you don't know, UFC has sold for $4 billion to, you know, a couple of managing firms. They put their money together.
He sold it, huh?
Well, the fajitas sold it.
Wow.
Just to clarify something for
Dana
people.
White.
Dana White is not the owner of UFC. He is a minority, and I mean small minority owner of the UFC. The Fajita brothers are the owners of UFC. They sold it for $4 billion. Now, Dana White's share in UFC got him $350 million. So he got a nice little chunk. But that 4 billy, that real 4 billy, that's all the Fajita brothers. That's all the Fajita brothers. So the Fajita brothers, you know, made that turnaround, and you know, UFC is in a turmoil right now because John Jones is with his anti-doping stuff, and now Brock Lesnar with his anti-doping stuff. You almost, and with the females title changing hands every fight since Ronda lost every fight, the female title is changing hands. Really?
Is she going to fight again?
No, I don't think so. I think her heart not in. She been complaining too much about how she don't know how she's gonna come over. She wants to have not that she wants to have a baby and that being a bad thing. It's just she keeps complaining about she doesn't. You know, she that loss. It wasn't just the loss. It just like she had an aura, a mystique around her. That loss just because it was.
Ain't nobody scared no more.
Yeah, ain't nobody scared. So. I don't think she'll be back in the ring. She, you know, listen, she contemplating suicide and all that stuff. You know, you don't need to be fight. You didn't know that she was contemplating suicide after the Holly Holmes loss. You know what I mean?
Ronda.
I won't get into. I know that is a depression, and I won't give my full thoughts on what I feel about that. But if you're on that mindset, then it's probably not the sport for you anymore. So, you know, Ronda.
Live life, Ronda.
Yeah, just live life.
Yeah, let it go.
She made her mark. She'll go down as a great, unfortunately, but she will go down as a great, and you know, just live off of that. She's doing movies. She's doing Roadhouse right now, anyway. So.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this though. If I see a picture in the next couple months of John Jones looking like Dave Chappelle when he was doing who was that dude named Tyrone? Y'all got some more of that? Yo, if I see John Jones looking like that, I'm gonna be highly upset.
But before we go, Chris, I think that you spoke to John Jones, and what did he say about the cocaine?
Oh, you said?
What did he tell you?
Cocaine is a hell of a drug?
No.
You spoke to your guy, Chris?
Remember you said that, he said, that the problem isn't cocaine. It's just,
no. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke.
Chris,
say it for the people.
He said, nah, I'm not addicted to cocaine. I just like the way it smells. That was a joke. That was a joke. That he did not say that. He did not
His
say that.
His nostrils are flaring.
That's how you end the show.
Yeah.
Again.
Do it again.
Welcome. I mean, sorry. See, I gotta say welcome.
Look. Wait, what you been doing?
I know.
What you been doing?
Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. I'm your boy, Professional Son.
I'm your boy, Chris G.
It's your boy, The Record Report.
Peace out.
Jersey.